3 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirtcar 358 Modifieds, and here are the Dosset Tones of one Jamie Davis. Jamie?
Thank you, Tim, and here we go. The Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirtcar 358 Modified qualifying heat number 1. On the inside will go the 26 of Mike Mandigo out of Governor, New York. On the outside will go the 39T of Tyler Bartlett. Tyler out of Adams, New York. Row number 2 on the inside, the 66W of Derek Webb out of Brownville. And on the outside, the 21R of RJ Tresidder out of Edwards, New York. Third row on the inside will go Hall of Famer Tim Fuller in the number 19 out of Watertown. And on the outside, the number 21C of Taylor Caprara. Taylor out of Watertown. The next row on the inside will go the 27W of Nick Webb out of Brownville. And on the outside, the 55 of Matt Woodruff out of Bloomingdale. Green flag is out. We're off and racing. And Bartlett to the inside. And Mandigo on the bottom side, but Bartlett will take that early lead as they head down the backstretch. Up on the inside goes Webb. And Webb at that 66W. Derek Webb, he'll take over the number 2 qualifying spot as they come off the turn and down the front straightaway for the first time. And it's still Bartlett up in front. Derek Webb back there in the number 2 spot. Tim Fuller has moved up to the number 3 qualifying spot. Mandigo back there, 4th. RJ Tresidder rounds out the top 5. Around the turn they come. It's still Webb on top. Bartlett trying to move back in again, but Webb starts to put some distance between him and Tyler on the front stretch. And now Tim Fuller down on the inside. Bartlett on the high side. A battle going on for the number 2 qualifying spot. And the Hall of Famer will move up to the number 2 spot. Webb still up in front. Fuller back there 3rd. Bartlett rides to the number 4 spot. A big battle going on for 4th out there. Tresidder still hangs on. Taylor Caprara 6th there in 5th. Mandigo back there in the number 6 spot. Around that number 3 and 4 turn they go. And it is still Webb in the 66W up in front. Tim Fuller right there in 2nd. Bartlett is back there 3rd. RJ Tresidder still sits in the number 4 spot. And the 21 of Taylor Caprara still there 5th and trying for that number 4 spot to get it away from RJ Tresidder. It is still the 66W of Derek Webb out of Brownville. Tim Fuller is trying different lanes out there to see if he can get a bite and get closer to Webb. And now has gone to the high side of the speedway, and he seems to be closing in as that right rear tire sits on the berm and picks up some moisture, and he moves in. Webb still in front. And now, Tim Fuller on the outside. And Fuller, in the closing moments of this qualifying heat, will take over the number 1 spot, but Webb says, I'm not done with you yet. And down the front straightaway they come, and it's still Tim Fuller in front. Webb back there, the number 2 qualifying spot. Bartlett back there in 3rd. Taylor Caprara has moved up to the number 4 spot. RJ Tresidder rounds out the top 5. Checkered flag coming out, and it's Tim Fuller down the front straightaway, and the Hall of Famer will take the first one. Derek Webb with a nice run. He will finish in the number 2 spot. Tyler Bartlett will get 3rd. Caprara will finish in number 4 spot. RJ Tresidder will round out the top 5. So, another great heat coming right down to the wire. And ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for the veteran campaigner out of Watertown, New York, Tim Fuller. Qualifying heat number 2 coming out onto the speedway. And once again, here's Tim.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Tim Fuller, 3rd on the all-time win list here at Can-Am. 40 career wins, just ahead of another Hall of Famer, Doug the Ox Carlisle. As he'll go for 41 here tonight and possibly a 3rd track title. We'll have to wait and see. As heat race number 2 rolls trackside, it's going to find the 24 of Jordan Kelly on point with the 31 of Lance Willix alongside. Row number 2, we find Shaun Shaw in the 7S with Preston Forbes in the 45. Row 3, Scott Webb in the 18W. He's looking for his 2nd win of the season tonight alongside of Jordan McCreadie in the 28. Keith Weston out of Hamilton in car number 12W will complete your field. That is your starting lineup. 7 cars ready to go, 8 laps the distance. 2nd of 3 heats in the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirtcar 358 Modifieds are on track. Jordan Kelly won last year with us here at Can-Am. Lance Willix has won twice this season. Lance 7 wins overall this year in the Northeast. Him and Jordan McCreadie battling for the overall Hoosier Racing Tire Weekly Series Championship with Dirtcar. As they work their way off of turn number 4, green lights are on and we're underway. And Willix pounces on the lead. Look at Jordan McCreadie through the middle of the racetrack. Gets by both Scott Webb and Preston Forbes. Webb says, I'll try that, move down on the bottom, and he gets by 2 cars. So Scott Webb charging towards the front here. Shaun Shaw, big push that time in the number 7, washes way wide, able to hold off McCreadie and Webb in the process, but Lance Willix at lap number 1 is the race leader. Jordan Kelly there for second. Look at McCreadie work that outside lane. He gets by Shaun Shaw off of turn number 2 and rockets around him into turn number 3. He'll hold on to third, Shaw to fourth, followed by Scott Webb, Preston Forbes, and Keith Weston. In the meantime, Lance Willix enjoying about a 5-car length advantage. 3 wide down the front straightaway here for the number 3 spot. Webb to the bottom, Shaw through the middle, McCreadie on the high side. He'll prevail down the back straightaway. Shaun Shaw continues with that ill-handling race car as Preston Forbes slips on by as he worked through turns 3 and 4 and across the line for lap number 3. 3 down, 5 to go. Willix well in control. 8-car length advantage for the man out of Threesa, New York. 2 wins on the season, including the season opener back on April the 28th. But Jordan Kelly right there in the mix as well. He holds second. Jordan McCreadie there for third. Scott Webb, Preston Forbes, Shaun Shaw, Keith Weston in that order as they come back to the line this time by. 4 down, 4 more to go in heat number 2 of 3 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirtcar 358 Modifieds, and Lance Willix is on the hammer here tonight. 2 wins this season here at Can-Am. Also has a win at the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. 4 wins on the year at Glenridge as he brings it back to the line at lap number 5 with a healthy advantage. The battle is on for the 2 spot right now. Jordan Kelly has second. Jordan McCreadie looking to take it away off the corner. Got a little loose that time off the turn. Halted his momentum just a little bit as McCreadie once again will try that high lane through turn number 3 and 4. Kelly trying to keep pace with him. Not going to happen. Jordan McCreadie to the 2 spot as they work on lap number 6 in this 8-lap heat event. Down the back straightaway. It is a straightaway advantage for Lance Willix on a Threesa, New York as they work it up into turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air, this time by for Lance Willix. Lance, as I mentioned, this year 7 wins, including 2 of them here. Would like to add a 3rd qualifying heat win in 2023. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Final time for Lance Willix off of turn number 4. And the Threesa Redemption Center 31 in Victory Lane. Willix gets the victory. Second will be McCreadie. 3rd spot at the line will go to Jordan Kelly, Scott Webb, Preston Forbes. Your top 5, Shaun Shaw and Keith Weston. So heat race number 2 of 3 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirtcar 358 Modifieds, and 2 of the top 3 of the points have heat wins tonight, Jamie.
Yeah, that makes it all the much closer when they get into the feature go. Qualifying heat number 3 coming out onto the Speedway for the Whitesboro Plow Dirtcar 358 Modifieds. On the pole, run number 1 on the inside will go the 36B of Dan Beachard, Dan out of Russell, New York. And on the outside will go the GNR Auto Parts, car number 21 of Andy Howard out of Hammond. Row number 2 on the inside will go the 39 of Ryan Bartlett. And on the outside, the 74 of Lucas Fuller. 3rd row on the inside will go the 21 junior of Larry Welling out of Star Lake, New York. 2nd generation driver there. And on the outside will go the number 49 of Billy Dunn out of Watertown. And in that final starting spot, it'll be the 7M, the Canadian Flash, Madison Mulder. Madison out of Spencerville, Ontario. All right, here they come off the turn. And Dan Beachard out in front. Andy Howard on the outside part of that racetrack. It's been very fast up there. Luke Fuller says, I'm going to try it way up there, and it didn't work out for him. All the way to the back, he can see them all. Off the turn they come, and it's Beachard. Up in front out of Russell, New York. Way to the outside of that racetrack goes Andy Howard, and it cost him a spot. And Ryan Bartlett was able to get by on the inside, and he takes over the number 2 qualifying spot. Down the back stretch they go. And it's still Beachard up in front. Billy Dunn trying to move in. Billy up to the number 3 qualifying spot. And As around they come, and Beachard is still in front. Bartlett back there in second. Billy Dunn is sitting in the number 3 spot. Howard back there in fourth, and Welling rounds out the top 5. And Beachard holds on, but he's got some company, and down on the inside goes Bartlett trying to take it away from him. Billy Dunn has joined the fold. And here's Dunn on the outside. 3 of them across the track for the number 1 spot, and Billy Dunn will take it away. Bartlett on the inside. Bartlett trying to take away the number 1 spot. Great racing action as they come off the turn. And Billy Dunn trying to get around the outside of Bartlett, and he'll be successful in doing so. He takes over the number 1 qualifying spot. Bartlett back there in second. Beachard drops back to third now. Larry Welling on the move. He moves up to the number 4 qualifying spot as Andy Howard drops back to 5th. And as still, Billy Dunn up in front. He's got about a 5 to 6 car length lead over Bartlett in the number 2 spot. And then comes Beachard back about 7 or 8 car lengths from Bartlett for third. Around they come down the front stretch. 2 to go out there for the 49 of Billy Dunn. He's waiting for nobody out there. He's got about a 7 car length lead now over the 39 of Ryan Bartlett. Ryan comfortably in the number 2 spot. Beachard holds on to third. Welling is back there in fourth. Andy Howard rounds out the top 5. Luke Fuller is 6th. And Madison Boulder 7th. White flag is out there for the 49 of Billy Dunn. Ryan Bartlett back there in the number 2 spot. Beachard and Larry Welling are having it out for third. Checkered flag comes out. A big win for Billy Dunn. Almost a full straightaway on his nearest competitor. Ryan Bartlett will finish in the number 2 spot. Beachard will get the number 3 slot. Welling back there in fourth. And it looks like Luke Fuller got by Andy Howard to round out the top 5. 6th will go to the 21 of Howard. And Madison Boulder will finish in 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, what a nice run out there. How about a nice hand, the 49 out of Watertown, New York, of Billy Dunn.